Thank you so much for joining us, Sheila. And can you tell us about Energia and the impact of its work to mainstream gender into energy?
I think it's very important to say that gender and energy and women's fate has really come a long way. And when Energia first started in 1996, which was at the backdrop of the Beijing Platform for Action, gender being an issue was not considered a legitimate issue in the energy sector. So we've come a long way from there to now. The Sustainable Energy for All initiative was launched by the UN Secretary General in 2012. And based on that, the Sustainable Energy for All Decade was established until 2024. And the first 2 years of that was focused on energy, women, children, and health. Even when we're looking at the Sustainable Development Goal, the link between the SDG on women's economic empowerment and gender equality and Goal 7 on Sustainable Energy for All were very clear. So we've come a long way on that, and I think that has been one of the major impacts. But that journey has been long, and in that things have changed. Where we started with a gender mainstreaming approach, and that is where you look at energy projects and you try to see how you can work with gender in it. We have now moved to a more targeted approach. Part of this change that has taken place, and this then links very closely to what Power for All is trying to do, is that we have seen that we're moving from mainstream energy actors occupying the space on a large grid rural electrification, running very large programs, and then trying to mainstream gender into that, to actually say, no, if we're really going to be able to scale up on energy access, we have to look at off-grid programs, decentralized energy, that have a much more targeted approach to the last mile and the people who do not have those. And women make a very important market segment in that.
And are you able to give us a specific example of one of the targeted programs where Energia has been seeing success?
The example that I'd like to give is the one from Senegal. In Senegal, we're working in two areas, Tambacounda and Kédougou, which is in the eastern part of Senegal. And these are one of the poorest areas. And so here, selling off-grid solar products is really critical to improving the livelihoods of communities in these areas. And we are using women entrepreneurs to do this. We work with Total, sole importer of Delight products in Senegal. But when we worked with Total, they didn't understand who are these women entrepreneurs. It's too much of a risk. So what we did is that we then came in with GVEP, our partner, who's been working in this space for a long time, came in with a loan guarantee fund. So the way it works is that we have a loan guarantee with Total. Rather than having it at the bank, we went directly to the supplier. So I think that's one, it's innovative. In Senegal, we're working with about 250 women's groups, and these groups consist of maybe between 20 to 50 women per group. So in the end, it comes to a total of about 6,000 women entrepreneurs that we're working with. And of course, Total cannot work with those 6,000. So we identified 7 leading entities, as we call them. They buy in bulk from Total. So for instance, the first consignment we had was 36,000 units. Different units ranging from just the solar lanterns to the systems where you can charge your phone, to the solar home systems where you can run your radios, etc., etc. And also now we want to add up to 120 watts where you can actually have productive uses. You can run your fridges, etc. You can actually run a business. But so Total, then we're working with the 7 entities. They're supplying directly to these women entities. We have the loan guarantee fund. Because the women pay 25% upfront, 75% they have to pay within 60 days. Our loan guarantee fund comes in case there's any default, which we haven't had. In case there's any default, Total then has some assurance that they can get some money, that the risk is being mitigated. What we do find is that the women are making profits of about $2 also to the bigger systems, almost about $5 profits when they're selling their systems. We also worked with Total, as you know. It was a win-win situation. They were moving the products to the filling stations. They were not able to move it beyond that really to their customers. So we came in and we said, we have these women entrepreneurs that are running businesses themselves. They have got the links and we can add this to their products. So they started selling them. But at the same time, because Total is actually moving the systems, it transports things, we were able to cut down on the distribution costs and transportation costs. So it can be done, it's working, it works for Total because Total is able to deliver on its corporate social responsibility objectives of reaching out to the last mile. It's able to move products that it wasn't working. It's working for the women because the women are then running a credible business. This is not charity work. They're running a business. Yeah, so it's we find that it's a win-win situation, and it's one that we're quite proud of.